Planet, and even for some folks on the Big 550 who may not be aware, of course, in this particular area of St. Louis, we're hard by the banks of the Merrimack River, and for this particular area, the Fenton-Arnold area of St. Louis, and then back upstream to Washington and so forth, historic flood, all-time historic flood, and the pitch that you're looking at right now, the pitch we're looking at right now was under 15, 20 feet of water.
Every bit of it, Bob. There's a brand new field here, the game field, Denny Long Field here at Marshall Wilder Stadium inside Worldwide Technology Soccer Park is brand new. There are two other fields that are brand new as well, but the overall appearance is tremendous. The players are tremendously anxious to get this one underway. Talked to quite a few of them during the week, the last couple of weeks. Some of them did not have the chance to see these crowds at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park last year. They're new to the city, new to the team, certainly not new to the sport, but they are very anxious to get things underway here, playing against the Tulsa Roughnecks, the visiting Tulsa Roughnecks, who come into this game in 6th place in the Western Conference. St. Louis FC is tied for 5th with a record of 1-2-1 in those 4 games you initially talked about.
We'll be talking about it, and I'll be honest, because we're so proud of the efforts by Worldwide Technologies, by other sponsors, and even by donors. Hundreds of thousands of dollars and many man-hours of work put into Soccer Park, not only to get it back, but I think everybody agrees made it better. We'll talk about that. But interestingly and similarly, not because of a disaster, but the soccer club themselves knows that being a first-year team is no longer an excuse. And they went about from the very end of last season to remaking this club and really going for strength up the middle.
Positively, and they've accomplished just that, right up the tunnel of the field, if you will. At center back, a welcome back addition, A.J. Cochran, all 6 feet 3 inches, 195 pounds of him. Played at CBC, locally here in St. Louis, University of Wisconsin, but more importantly, bringing a lot of MLS experience into the first 11, which he gained with the Houston Dynamo. Then Chad Bond, the holding midfielder, as St. Louis comes into this year, certainly content to play that 4-2-3-1 formation. So at center back is A.J. Cochran, Chad Bond, the holding midfielder, and the guy they have been looking for since day one, Irvin Herrera, the El Salvadorian, the striker up top. when people get a chance to see him play, you will note right away that he is different. He is a goal scorer. He goes to find the ball. He's not a forward, Bob, that likes it on the ground at his feet with his back to play. He prefers to run onto it into the penalty area. He will find people as well. He is a finisher and a finder.
Well, and that was one of the real frustrating aspects of last season. And again, moving away from being an expansion team to the intense desire to be a contender. That's what it was all about. Expansion is in the past.
Positively. And Dale Shilley told me at the end of training yesterday that there was an overall culture change. He had to realize what was important with this team. How the game looks or strictly results. Had to make his mind up there. There had to be a different change of the overall tactical viewpoint of what went on at training sessions, things of that nature. Where were we and what do we need to do to change? So consequently, there has been an overall culture change. Every player got a handbook at the outset of the season, the training season, the first day of training. This is what we expect of you, and we are going to change this team to get back into the playoff picture in a more difficult, as a matter of fact, conference in that Western Conference. Would you point that out as well? The St. Louis FC goes from the Eastern to the Western Conference, and that's to the start of the 2016 season, Bob. You referenced that. That's what made it really difficult on them in this new season, with 4 difficult teams: the Real Salt Lake Monarchs, LA Galaxy 2, Los Dos, into the final last year. Then they played the Orange County Blues, where they got their first win, and then OKC Energy. So it was a difficult road schedule to start. At home now, anticipating, as I mentioned, over 5,000 people to get this season underway.
It's fair to say that if you can go on the road and get a point a game, and that's what they did, 1, 2, and 1.
Yes.
You get a point a game on the road, but now here's what you have to change again. You talked about culture and results from last year. It was a good road team last year. Mm-hmm. You got to dominate and protect your home pitch.
And another thing you do have to change, Bob, I thought you were going to mention it, the very first game of the year against the Real Salt Lake Monarchs. They gave points away in that game, and in the 93rd minute, the winning goal was scored. A little lapse on defense, a little carelessness, lack of attention, however you want to term it, but that's your first game of the year. Then they get against the Los Angeles Galaxy, a very gifted team with a lot of MLS personnel, experience in MLS, so that was a difficult game as well. Gave away 1 or 2 balls at really, really dicey areas of the field. It immediately came back to haunt you. So the players got after each other a little bit, got into the OC County Blues game, won that game convincingly by a score of 3-1. And then the truth be told, the last game they tied in Oklahoma City, Marco van Basten could not have scored a better goal, the former Dutch international. Yeah. There was a goal scored on them that made it 2-2. They got a point in the road, as you pointed out. That's mandatory. It's mandatory at least get a point on the road. So far, so good. They could be standing perhaps 1 point better right now as we come into tonight's home opener.
So we talked about the makeup of new players that have become the core, the gut of the team, right up the middle. But as you look on paper, do you like the mix of really incredible youth, some really young players, but also a nice mix of players who have played in MLS and internationally? It seems like it appears to be on paper to be the kind of mix that you can win with.
Well, you get a player, as I mentioned just a moment ago, like Urban Herrera. He comes in at 24 years of age. He's your starting forward up top in his 4-2-3-1 formation. The type of player that you want to have in your first 11. He's concerned with one thing and one thing only. That is to score goals and how to make his team better by getting points for them. Then alongside of that, as a point to your question, you get a guy like Mike Embersley, who comes into the first 11, has been playing very well this year so far. He's 33 years of age. Tons of experience intercollegiately, then NASL. So the mixture of those two. And the truth be told, Bob, the professional soccer teams that have played in St. Louis, indoor, outdoor, whatever, the reason for their success largely has been that mixture of foreign, local, youth, age.
I think everybody knows that St. Louis FC affiliated with the Chicago Fire, but affiliated with the club is the Scott Gallagher Club here in St. Louis. We're starting to see more and more players, several players on this squad developed in the Gallagher program and move on to college and now professionally.
And all preseason, since the team has been training, starting off late in February, middle of February, if you will, academy players have come on to play and train with the first team. The purpose of the academy system is to build players to do just that. And that's what Jeremy Alomar and Dale Schilly have been doing. Bring these academy players along to see how dramatically different it is. As difficult as you think the academy system is, and it is, it's very competitive, but a jump up to here, to USL is different, then to NASL it's dramatically different, then to MLS, and then let's talk about getting into international soccer. That's not even the same sport. Not even the same sport. When you're representing your country in the World Cup, as difficult as this is, it's 3, 4, 5 steps up.
And we could get into this debate, an age-old debate in our town, St. Louis, and we'll talk about it in a minute about homegrown talent versus the best talent you can get from everywhere. We're going to talk about that and get you ready for this one between the Tulsa Roughnecks and St. Louis FC when we come back to Worldwide Technologies Soccer Park on the Big 550 KTRS.
Broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, St. Star-spangled banner yet waved o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Back at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park in Fenton, Missouri. Bob Ramsey, Bill McDermott, St. Louis FC, and the Tulsa Roughnecks FC. We get ready to go. Age-old question. Professional soccer in St. Louis. Core of St. Louis affiliated players and the mix with folks from outside the area. Always been say, oh, you got to have St. Louis players. This St. Louis FC does, but I think it's more a product of the club system as opposed to trying to find hometown names.
Precisely.
And that, to me, is a different approach.
It is no longer mandatory that a St. Louis team has a first 11 of St. Louis players. First of all, that's not going to happen. You're naive if you think that's still going to happen. It is not going to happen. It's not going to work. However, some of the better St. Louis players are around this league and other leagues. Now, if you look at this first 11 for St. Louis FC, there are very, very familiar names. Mark Pace, he's from St. Louis. Sam Fink, nearby Illinois. He's played for Dale Schilly his entire youth career. A.J. Cochran, I mentioned, played at CBC. He comes back into play in the first 11. Urban Herrera, not from St. Louis, but coming in from El Salvador. The Hispanic player, as a follow-up to part of your question, Bob, the Hispanic player is key is absolutely key to the growth of the sport in our country. And then again in the first 11, to further add to your question, Brandon Barkwood steps into the first 11 today as well.
Nary a seat in the house. In fact, I'm told it is sold out. You might see some open seats. We're not kidding you. It's just that everybody is packed around all the amenities, restaurant area, bar areas. We'll tell you all about the ones that are institutions here already after a year, and they keep adding on to it. The Roughnecks come out in their bright orange road uniforms trimmed in white. St. Louis in their navy blue kits trimmed in yellow and red. Mark Pace, the keeper. Mark's been challenged early. Here's another guy, St. Louis, Missouri, Ladue High School, Tulsa, University of Tulsa, and St. Louis University.
And literally a game-time decision, Bob. He had injured himself in the pregame warm-up in the last away game against Oklahoma City Energy. In the pregame, strained a hip flexor, and during the flow of the game, could no longer strike goal kicks. So at 4:30 today on the main field, Brian Jones, the rest of the goalkeeping staff, they were out working with Mark to see if he could indeed strike a ball. He seems to be okay. He's ready. He's in the first 11.
His counterpart, Alexander Mangles, the keeper for Tulsa, and we're underway. Immediately attacking into the St. Louis half, taken away. Bartlett sends it long, sends it deep, has a man, has Herrera. Oh, and it just rolled away.
Now, that's one of the things that Dale Schilly wants this team to do. If you get it early, play it early long, play the big ball. Irvin Herrera with a rare bad first touch, but he was in all alone.
Talk about being direct.
Positively. Right down the main tunnel of the field.
Chenarazzo looked like he was setting himself up for a little give and go, and then back for Killeen. St. Louis will get it as it dribbled away out of bounds. Barklage drops it back. Driven Duty up the side. Nice job. Oh, just rolls away. He was again looking for Herrera. And I imagine that's something that'll be the main function of this unit all year.
He's capable of holding the ball when you send long balls to him. He will keep. If he can't take that last defender on, run at him, he'll wait for other players to join.
To midfield, one-on-one battle. Bear hug put on by A.J. Cochran. Our first look at him, he is a big, strong back, and he made his presence felt right away.
Yeah, A.J.'s at 6'3", 195, and Taylor Morgan, he's at 6'5". So these two are going to battle all evening long.
Truly a heavyweight battle. It'll be one to
Positively.
absolutely watch. Sent through the middle and then back for Sam Fink. You remember him. Marvelous season last year. Sam for Herrera. And offside. Only by about a step. Great idea.
He's good at holding his run, just got in a little too deep there past that last defender. He'll wait to hold his run, wait for the ball. He'll run where he wants the ball played.
Driven diagonally. Headed away. Nice work there by Parker Marr. Good battle as it goes deep into the corner. St. Louis takes over under a little bit of pressure, but cleared away. Nicely done, looking for Jameel Hardware. Couldn't quite control it. Tulsa takes over. Watley. Back through the middle. More pressure on Chenarazzo, and enough that he's going to send it back to his keeper, Mangles. Driven forward again. Patrick Duty knocked it away through the midfield. Oh, nice play there as it's sent forward by Ambersley. Picked it clean in the midfield.
Ambersley sent that long immediately, again trying to isolate Irvin Herrera with that last defender, one-on-one.
I mean, it's immediate to see in the first couple of minutes that the direction and focus of the team has changed.
And then after a while, you'll see balls come into Herrera on the ground at his feet so he can run on to him through balls behind the defenders.
Driven deep toward the box. Knocked away nicely, but out of play by Cochran. Tried to get through the defense. St. Louis, nice wall, impenetrable. Killeen tries the corner, rolls it down the side. He's caught in a double team. He's got nowhere to go. Pick clean. Nice play by Barklage.
Brandon comes back off that flank to help out defensively with Patrick Duty. Up again from the Chicago Fire, on loan from the Chicago Fire is number 22, Patrick Duty.
Generazzo on the throw-in. Taken away cleanly. Patrick Duty. He gave up the body to make that play nicely done. Picked off in the midfield, however. Raymond Lee, he's a St. Louis University product. And then back for Cochran. Oh, driven forward has Herrera. Got a step on his man. Herrera moves in, left-footed shot. Oh, just wide. Oh, just wide. A long pass, you call it, Bill. It got to him on the ground. He had half a step on the defender. Oh, and it just missed with the left foot.
Just deflected off that last defender. Another beautiful ball, a deep ball, the big ball out of the backfield. Again, isolating Herrera up top. Gets it behind that last defender. Deflects at the very last moment. Nicely flighted.
St. Louis to play it out of the left corner. Got whistles on as it was struck. We'll go again. That's Chad Bond out of the corner, another newcomer that is a key figure in this new alignment.
Played for Sacramento in 2014, the year they won the championship at USL.
Curls to the far post, headed. Couldn't get it on goal. Saved and gets it back to Bond. Bond's going to try the far post again. They go up for the header. No, punched away nicely. Mangles got up in a crowd and punched it away.
A.J. Cochran up to join there offensively. Good work defensively by the goalkeeper, Alex Mangles, who leads USL, by the way, Bob, with 23 saves coming into tonight's game.
Pace challenged a little bit there. Mark came out and made a nice play. Think for St. Louis.
Now the structure changing a little bit now as the team feels it. They feel a little more comfortable now offensively. Ambersley moving around a bit more. With this 4-2-3-1 formation, there's more clarity to the players' roles, and Dale Schiller's been very comfortable with this. It also gives him a little freedom to add James Musa to get involved in the attack a little bit more, as opposed to just standing back in the back playing center back.
Foul, St. Louis. Get the kick midway between top of the box and the midfield stripe. Bond is out there, takes a look. Two men come out to face him in a wall. Everybody else along that 18. Drives it right on goal, headed straight up in the air. Ambersley down to the pitch. A little shoulder roll move by Cochran to try and keep possession and make it dangerous. Tipped away, then stolen away. Here comes Ambersley. Ambersley's got a look, tough angle. Tried to get it through for Herrera, and it was tipped away. The defense had stayed back, stayed in shape, and were able to deflect that away.
The key to the play, Ambersley cuts it out. They're trying to come out of the back, get their own attack started. He cuts it out. As early as he cuts it out, he gets it over on the ground. Musa trying to run it that near post.
Chad Bond again. The Jamaican curls right through the middle. Header knocked down. St. Louis jumps into the play to keep the possession. Duty drives one, wanted Herrera, but he was kind of leaning the other way, and it goes all the way back to Mangles, the Tulsa keeper, and he'll bring it out.
Patrick walks back to his left back position, shaking his head. He knows that was too direct. But he has the knack of playing the ball from his left back position to the right wing corner flag on that angle, and that play is always on.
Found their big target man. There's Tulsa. They'll look for him again, sent in deep, and a little miscommunication there, and Morgan didn't like it at all.
Shot coming in from Matt Watley. Roberto Carlos is not going to score from there.
No. I'm not sure that's what Morgan said, but something similar is my guess. He was adamant. Now, Pace in his injury. We'll see how he fares tonight.
The backup goalkeeper is Eduardo Cortez, a young 22-year-old player from FC Dallas, who did indeed train with St. Louis FC during the week. Also went with them on their 3-game road trip out to the West Coast earlier this season.
Patrick Duty in the back. Barklage. Great to see Barklage back and healthy.
Gives you a calm certainty on the ball, number 25, Brandon Barklage.
Fired ahead. They had to get back on side. Couldn't run under it.
Played with the Red Bulls.
Here we go. Rolled on for, oh, had Herrera. They had that set up beautifully, but a really nice defensive play by Tulsa.
Again, Herrera knows where to run. Run to where you want the ball played. He runs on an angle, stays on side, away from the defender. He wants it on the ground, at his feet, on his protected side. That was the attempt there.
They'll bring it back out almost to that same spot they had it before. Duty and Bond are out there.
This is one of the last things St. Louis FC worked on at training on Friday. Dead ball scenarios exactly like this. A left-footed ball coming into the penalty area on a wicked swerve being sent in by number 22, Patrick Duty.
About 40 yards out. And
matter of fact, Bob, this is how they scored one of the goals last weekend against Oklahoma City Energy. Duty curled the ball from this similar spot.
Duty and Bond both on the dead ball. Patrick Duty curls one in with the left foot. Oh, well read and headed away. Still battle. 4 up near the arc. Knocked away. St. Louis tries to recover. Good work there by Barklage to keep it in. Taken away. Coming back to get it, though. It's Cochran who, boy, he is a figure back there. He's in control, isn't he?
Very strong, coming
Very
out of the
confident.
backfield. Great in the air.
Here's-
Does not lose a head ball battle and will not hide.
There was the heavyweight battle. He and Morgan were leaning on each other as that ball was coming into play.
Yeah, as I was going to say about will not hide in a physical game.
Tipped away in St. Louis.
And AJ comes to St. Louis FC, was the Houston Dynamo pick in 2014. Played 26 games for them, started 19 of them. He's had international experience too with the under 18, under 20, and under 23 teams in the United States national teams.
I know you follow the youth levels. You've coached at the youth levels. Very familiar. Was he always on the radar, even as a kid coming up?
Positively, always very gifted. When you have a left-footed center back, it means so much when you can fly balls on the diagonal to the opposite wing corner flag. Players like Herrera can run onto it very easily.
Important for our St. Louis viewers and listeners. CBC High School, Scott Gallagher, University of Wisconsin, and now with St. Louis FC playing at home. Really looking forward to seeing he's going to make his mark here.
And the way he strikes balls out of the backfield, Bob, they are driven. They're not floated. That means the offense is on immediately.
The dead ball.
And he adds a lot to what Dale Schilly told me, that when we went into this new season, we looked for players in terms of A, personality, and B, what those players with personality could bring to the table.
Nifty footwork by Bond to move it forward. They were looking for Jameel Hardware there. It was broken up. Sam Fink got it forward again. Nice play by Sam. Ahead for Bond. He wants to run it down in the corner. Looking to do that is Musa. First time we really called James' name. Couldn't quite catch up to it.
Musa, who played the majority of the year last year for St. Louis FC in the first 11 at center back, but there were 2 or 3 games when he played that holding midfield spot, and Dale Schilly was very happy with the way he played there, especially against Minnesota in that Open Cup game here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park.
Size and speed. Musa's one of those types. That one's headed away by Fink and out of play.
Yeah, international veteran himself. Musa played in Fulham in 2012 and 2013. He was in the A-League in Australia, Bob, at the age of 18.
New Zealand national
New
team
Zealand
too, right?
international. Yes, sir.
Tulsa brings it back in. Chips it on goal. There's the heavyweight battle. That was headed away. That heavyweight battle, Taylor Morgan, number 8 for Tulsa, and of course, A.J. Cochran, number 4 for St. Louis. Keep an eye on those two all night long. Back through the middle for Tulsa. They're going to hold the possession, reset. Now the right flank. Nice ball up the sideline. Good look. Ballou tries to run it down. Patrick Duty works against him out of bounds. Good work by Patrick.
Duty does his job defensively. A, doesn't let the player get the ball, doesn't let him get it over, and wins the foul in the process. If your wide back can do that, you're in business. Also, get involved in the front half of the field. Dale Schilly wants his wide backs to contribute to the attack.
Nice play by Barklage to put the pressure on. They had to boot it out of bounds to keep it away from the lightning quick Jameel Hardware. Whoa. Oh, that was the wrong call.
Jameel Hardware, wearing number 7 for St. Louis FC, seems to have found a spot in that creative midfield role in the middle of the 3 midfielders.
Looking for Ballou to run under it in the corner again, and again Duty picks his pocket. Nice work by Patrick with Barklage. He's surrounded by 3 Roughnecks, and then he gets it to Hardware, finding Herrera. Got some open space on the right side. Oh. Bill?
Evidently, FIFA's changed the offside law. I thought he was.
That's why I thought it was such a good play.
I thought he was clearly in an onside position when the ball was struck. Referees in charge tonight are Malik Badawi. He's the referee in the center. AR1 is TJ Sablaki. Aaron Schumacher, the other AR. Don Tebow is the 4th official.
Nice play by Musa. They looked to clear but couldn't get it out. Here they come. Daverin with a shot and a diving save by Pace. Daverin thought he was fouled. Arms akimbo. The referees move on.
Daverin comes in, played in Ireland's Premier Division. In and out of the first 11 for Tulsa.
Now Patrick Duty for St. Louis. Duty saw it deflected off a Tulsa player. Barklage is going to let Duty throw it in. Barklage. Look how he just stays so calm. They move it forward. Nice play to Hardware. Curls it back as Ambersley. Boy, that's good ball movement up the field. Now Musa. Little give and go. James in the corner. Oh, nice idea to try and get it back in the box.
Okay, that's made possible by Musa. A, getting out on the flank, coming away from the center of the field. Herrera takes one step forward to him, makes it easy to work the 1-2.
Walter No Florist, your personal florist since 1983. Family owned and operated and a proud sponsor of St. Louis FC Soccer on the Big 550 KTRS. Order online today at WKF.com. Flighted. Oh, a nice play. Mangles saw it all the way, found the space, and got up in the crowd.
Excellent goalkeeping by Alex Mangles. Immediately off his line, saw the danger developing, wouldn't let it further happen by juggling a ball or letting it bounce loose in the 6.
Battle in the midfield. Sam Fink came back to make a play, and now here comes Brandon Barklage again. Barklage with plenty of space as they move forward. Barklage up the left side. Brandon, one man to beat. The second man comes, so he'll curl it back. Happy to possess it. Now to Duty at the mid-stripe. Back for Cochran.
Recirculate it. Have patience. If it's not on to go forward, Duty's available, as is the center back. Let the center backs join. They can certainly play and get involved as well.
Cochran drives it forward. Herrera at his feet. Turns to spin. Held. Oh, hard tackle. Takes him down. He's holding that right ankle, and it goes out of play.
Be interesting to see if Irvin Herrera will be able to play the 90 minutes, Bob. Nursing still somewhat of a little bit of a bad quad.
The fear is if it cools off a little bit.
Yes, at halftime especially.
He's fortunate to have a trainer like Nick Caruso. If he's going to be able to play, Nick will get him to play.
Positively. And Brian Bounds does a great job at all these players, getting them match fit so they can get into the first 11, contribute to the team, get points, especially at home.
Barklage on a nice run, gives it back. Somebody gave it away. Oh, a diving play out in front by Mangles. Oh, a giveaway in the back by Tulsa.
Brandon Barklage tried to work the 1-2 with Mike Ambersley. Came off a defender, Art by accident.
Back through the middle. Bond wanted Herrera, but that was well read. Tulsa back through the midfield. The Daverin. And they send it left. looking for an opening. Going to run it down in the corner.
It's good running by Irla Daver in the open field for Tulsa. Trying to make something happen from nothing, getting into the offense for Tulsa. You know, this rivalry goes way back, Bob. Not just 2 years for USL, but NASL-wise. The Tulsa Roughnecks played in the North American Soccer League from 1978 to 84. They played at the old Skelly Stadium in Tulsa. They won Soccer Bowl in 1983. They beat Toronto. The man of the match, former indoor player for St. Louis, Diego Pesa.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. When they won the NASL championship in 1983.
So far, Bill, as Tulsa looks to advance, St. Louis has turned them to the sideline very effectively.
Everybody up, everybody back. You go forward as a unit, you do likewise, you defend as a unit, and that's what Dale Schilly, Tim Leonard, they did so much of this. The first 2-3 weeks of training, defensive shape, tactics, things of that nature.
Musa sends it to the right side. Through the midfield, Ambersley. Cochran now. AJ on the ground for duty. And Barklage. Tried to chip it through, a little misdirection, knocked away. St. Louis will get the throw in.
The wide backs as well as the wide midfielders, you want them to give you some width, Bob. You also want them to pop in occasionally, make it easier to play coming out of the backfield.
Chad Bond. Sent one, but it was too hard to handle for Ambersley.
Bond brings you that experience in the central part of the field, right up that tunnel, Bob. Played in Swansea as a very young man. He likewise played with Tulsa in this league, just last year, as a matter of fact.
St. Louis will get this one back. Hey, St. Louis-based Worldwide Technology supports St. Louis FC, of course, recognized by Fortune magazine as one of the 100 best places to work 5 years in a row. Worldwide understands with the right culture and teamwork, great things happen. No score here. St. Louis has done a great job possessing the ball. Now they send one through looking for Ambersley. It was knocked away just to the side of the box. Back through the middle. Fink looks to help run it down.
It's a good attempt, Bob, nonetheless, by Parker Marr to play the ball on the ground again to the feet of Mike Ambersley. If you get it on the ground to a wide midfielder's feet inside the penalty area, you let him do the rest.
Cochran through the middle. Nifty play. Oh, Herrera was trying to get it to Hardware, but it was tipped away.
The balls out of the backfield on the ground at people's feet from A.J. Cochran are superlative. And that's what you want from your center back. Get those on the ground. Be careful playing into people's feet. Pace, accuracy, and continue to talk as to what's going on in the back. But it starts in the back from the feet of the center backs.
Chad Bond on his half of the field, his side of the center stripe. St. Louis content to let things set up. They'll swing it to the left flank, and Duty almost overran it, but it was tipped away out of bounds, and St. Louis will get the sideline throw in left side. Bond moves it forward across the stripe. Bond, long diagonal ball, broken up, a little too ambitious perhaps. Tulsa brings it. They want the left flank as well. Looking to move it for Daverin. Called his name a number of times already. He's dangerous. They get it through the middle. Looking for Morgan, their big target. Knocked away. Still battled. Hardware goes back and makes a nice play. And then cleared by St. Louis. Headed away, and St. Louis will get the throw in on the right side. Hey, make sure to tune in every Friday night to the Big 550. Big 550 KTRS FC Soccer Weekly, 7 to 9 p.m. Stay up to date on all things soccer. Interviews from the players, coaches, and executives around the league. KTRS FC Soccer Weekly every Friday, 7 to 9. Tulsa takes over. Approaches midfield. Sends one looking for somebody to run on. Ballou, they wanted to get there. He showed his speed already. Mark Pace clears it away. St. Louis can't control. They dump it into the corner. Here comes the battle. Morgan down in the corner. Drilled hard, and then they finally cleared it out of way. Patrick Duty gave him a shoulder, but he still was able to make a play.
Dale Shilley talked about this. Be careful of giving the ball away against Tulsa. They will create something out of absolute chaos, and that's almost what they did there. They clipped the ball into Taylor Morgan, and he's dangerous anywhere close to the penalty area.
So they'll get it out of the right corner. Down there, it's Daverin. Big man in the middle. Up top of the area, knocked away. Nice header to clear it. Tulsa still controls. They want to come back to the right side. Headed and loose in the box, and Pace comes out and makes the play. Saw it all the way.
Another nice headed clearance by A.J. Cochran in the central part of defense.
Herrera had to come back for that one as he started out offside, but he's able to win the ball anyway and get it to Jameel Hardware. Back for Barklage.
Musa always available in the center circle.
James Musa. He moves it forward, surveys, sends it up the right side. They're going to move their way into the corner, still battling. Tried to get it back through the middle, tried to cross, it was blocked. Tried again, tipped away, it'll be a corner kick.
Parker Marr again joining the attack, coming up from his right back position. You really want your wide backs to, as often as possible, contribute to the attack. Okay, he didn't get the ball over. He did the next best thing. He won a corner.
On this side, Patrick Duty will do the honors of the corner kick.
Duty superlative at flighting dead balls, especially from this right wing corner flag arc. Left footer. This will be screaming in towards the goalkeeper.
Duty sends one high. Far post. Header attempt in the middle. St. Louis will run it down. Keep it in the box. Tried to send it back through and knocked away by Tulsa. Barklage goes back and wins the ball again. St. Louis stays under control.
Safe, secure on the ball, doesn't get excited. Brandon Barklage back into the first 11 for St. Louis FC. Started off the year, wasn't quite match fit, worked hard to get back into the first 11. You see what he brings to the team, a degree of certainty, a clarity in his role. He's calm on the ball, keeps it, makes good choices.
Duty will throw it in. Barklage. Cochran's going to send it all the way back to Mark Pace. Keeper comes out. Rolls it to the right side. Sam Fink will bring it forward. Looking for Musa. In between a couple of Roughnecks, and then he's going to swing it back to the left side. Switches fields and has Barklage on the left flank. Brandon sends it to the middle. Wants Hardware. Gets it. Had trouble settling. Now turns. Dumps it. Herrera let it roll through. He thought somebody was going to be running on.
He thought Patrick was going to continue his run coming out of the backfield, overlapping. Hardware eventually got the ball on the ground to the feet of Herrera. He let it run. Thought Duty was going to run onto it. Jameel Hardware limping ever so slightly, as a matter of fact, noticeably, as he runs back into that central part of midfield, right inside the center circle.
It's his right leg, but I don't know what's hurt. Ball won again in the air by Barklage, but out of play.
Front four people, very fluid. Dale Shilley, very happy with the fluidity of those front four.
Another battle of the heavyweights there, and Cochran won that one again with a header over the back perhaps, but he won it.
Ambersley kept that and changed it nicely.
Cochran for Fink. Sam steps up. Chad Bond. Musa and Bond. Bond under some duress now. He's able to get it to Cochran. He'll send it back to Fink.
Bond and Musa certainly seem comfortable at home. Those two holding positions right in front of the back four. Dale Shilley said the back six may or may not stay as is. We'll have to play some more games and assess that.
Oh, nice play. Gave up the body a little bit, but it goes out of play. And the forwards still feel like they're not quite clicking yet as they communicate out on the field, you can tell. It'll take time.
First part of the first half, 2 or 3 balls sent very direct and long over the top of the defense looking for Herrera.
There's a ball as Herrera's pulled down.
Now, see, you don't want your striker, if it's a lone striker, to have to battle for balls like that all the time. You cannot make a constant diet. First of all, he doesn't want balls like that all the time.
He wants to be on the move.
He wants to be on the move, a ball played in behind the defense on an angle, make the defender have to turn, look over a different shoulder. As we attend to an injured player right now.
G&W Meat and Bavarian Style Sausage Company, proud to be the official broad of St. Louis FC, celebrating over 50 years as a family-owned St. Louis tradition. You can't beat G&W Meat. As I mentioned previously, Worldwide Technology has been recognized by Fortune magazine as one of the 100 best places to work in the United States 5 years in a row. And Worldwide understands that with the right culture and teamwork, great things happen.
You know what, speaking of that culture aspect of things, Bob, we've been talking about this as kind of a more or less a theme for tonight, and Dale Shilley told me that there was a whole culture change, and he realized that as the coach, he had to be the guy to set it. Everyone, he realizes, looks to him, and you have to be the guy to do it. He said he did a lot of reading in the offseason to find out what his role was going to be in that overall development.
Try to take care of the injured player. I mentioned for folks, if you're trying to figure out what games to come out of, always the post-game fireworks, poster giveaways, and autographs. The Tap Craft Corner on hand. It's a new permanent bar. And inside gate 4 will be the gate services tent. The Craft Corner is there. It's also accessible before the gates open. Just some of the many new amenities you'll be seeing at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park this year.
Next home game, last game in April's Saturday, April 30th against the visiting Vancouver Whitecaps. 29 teams this year, Bob, in 19 American states, 3 Canadian provinces, making it the largest professional soccer league in the United States, Canada, and the world. 29 teams. Reno, 1868 FC, will join in 2017.
Also here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park, the Heineken Party Patio. That's in the northwest corner. And Party Patio also sponsored by Cybergs. There's also the permanent Budweiser Beer Garden, Bill.
Translation, if you can find something to do here along with watching the soccer game, it's your own fault. A change for the visiting Tulsa Roughnecks, number 5, David Abidor. He comes on for Raymond Lee, the former player at St. Louis University.
Abidor into the game. St. Louis wants to put the pressure on, couldn't quite run it down. Herrera. You pointed out, we'll see if Herrera can play an entire match. The problem is when you cool down at halftime, can you stay loose enough?
And especially with the quad injury, Bob. Obviously the hamstring and or quad for a soccer player, that is not the muscle to strain. Ball striking, your explosion speed from a dead stop. However, if Irvin is not available to start the second half, we have Vince Cicerelli on the team this year, a former player of the week just 2 weeks ago, and he was also on the USL First 11 this past week.
Well, he only has 3 goals.
Has 3 goals so far, does Vince Cicerelli, former player at St. Louis University. First 3 years of his intercollegiate career at Notre Dame.
Bartlett brings it back. Oh. Coming back from behind was Kalim. Kind of snuck in there and took it away. The FC thought they had a shot to set things up. Now they get it back again. Nice play in the back by Cochran. He has Duty and Bartlett, and here comes Patrick Duty.
Duty and Barklage combined nicely. Another initial ball, good ball out of the backfield from A.J. Cochran.
Herrera couldn't run under that one. Beaten to it. Cochran takes it away from Morgan, stepping in front. And back to Mark Pence.
Yeah, very simple by Chad Bond. Nothing to do with that ball. Play the way you're facing. Start over again.
Sends it forward, has Herrera. Can he stop it? He does it. Checks up nicely, but he checked out as he had to give up the body.
That was so awkward. He almost brought that ball down to his advantage to go play inside the penalty area.
Jordan Spieth wishes he could have had a couple of balls check up like that at Augusta.
Quite that quickly. Another good ball from the backfield early on the ground to Barklage.
Barklage on the advance. Through the middle. don't have numbers, but they'll send it to the right side. Parker Marr over there with Musa. To the right side for Hardware. Hardware turns, has some space, sends one through, but nobody could run on, not dangerous, as Mangles is there and saw it the whole way.
A little too deep, letting the goalkeeper make a play on that easily. But the ball coming from the inside, back to the outside, to the central midfielder, who's now at the right wing corner flag, tried to curl it over.
Cochran heads that away. Bartlett couldn't bring it in. Sent back through. Here's the big boy. Morgan sends it right. He's got Ballou. Ballou will try and get it back to him. Oh, had space with the left foot. Instead comes right through the middle and knocked away by Cochran. Run down by Tulsa. Daverin moves in. He's dangerous. Oh, had he not stumbled, Bill, I think he would have had an opportunity for a point-blank shot.
Daverin, whenever he gets the ball on the ground at his feet, either coming in from the flank or the central part of the field, he's going to, or certainly anywhere close to, the penalty area.
He made a great move, set himself up in just a stumble through the playoff.
His next step was to have a goal from outside the penalty area.
Tulsa will throw it in left side. No score here in St. Louis. It's knocked away. Hardware clears it, but not to a teammate. A little frustration there. They thought they had something to move forward. Herrera couldn't come up with it, and Tulsa controls. Back for Watt. Now with Chenarazzo. Back to the middle. And they want to try the left side. Nicely done to get it back to Mark Pace.
Whose ball striking ability does not seem to be hindered so far yet this evening. Seems to be okay, does the goalkeeper, Mark Pace.
Tulsa's possessed it now for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, they're much more comfortable now, seeing much more of the ball. They're not chasing it as much.
On that left side. They're going to send it all the way back to Mangles.
Tulsa comes into the game, Bob. They've only played 3 games as opposed to St. Louis FC's 4. They're 1 and 2.
Wadley for Morgan. Cochran with him. Morgan looks to settle. Hassled. They're all over him, but he controls it nicely. Good job keeping it away from Chad Bond. But Bond was able to push him out of the dangerous area.
Made him play it back from the penalty area to the center circle.
Good battle. St. Louis clearly knows who he is. Watley. Through the middle. Knocked away. Barklage for St. Louis. Try to get Herrera to run onto that. A little soft, everybody's able to catch up. And Watley sends it back to his keeper. Back through the middle. They want Ballou or Morgan. Morgan's going to run it down. Clear it back to a midfielder. Well, it's been a nice long possession for Tulsa. Tripped up from behind, but staying on his feet. Now they're going for it. Moving forward, chipped in, and offside.
And they've been using every player to get forward, Bob. The entire expanse of the field.
Very nice ball movement.
Yeah, from the left back to the right back. Center backs are joining. Midfielders coming to join as well. And the always dangerous Taylor Morgan available anywhere close to the penalty area arc.
Bond swings it right. Marr. Ambersley. Back for Bond. Chipped it ahead. He was looking to have Parker Marr run under that. He gets it finally. Bond wanted to go through the middle for Herrera. Herrera had to fight through a wall to get to it, but he did, and then in a double team, it's taken away, and he goes down again. Playing very physical with Herrera.
Trying to do the work himself this time, Irvin Herrera.
Terrazzo.
Well away from the penalty area, Bob.
It's for Morgan. Tried to curl one through, knocked it off Patrick Duty, and they'll get the corner kick. Beautiful night in St. Louis.
Positively. Superb evening. One more home game in April. That's 2 Saturdays from now against the visiting Vancouver Whitecaps. And of the, I mentioned earlier about of the 29 clubs, 11 of them are owned and operated by MLS teams, with 9 USL teams. being affiliated with MLS teams, and obviously, as you pointed out when we first came on the air, Chicago Fire is our affiliation.
Oh, a dangerous curl from Davern out of the corner. Fortunately, even looking around the huge Taylor Morgan, Mark Pace was well-sided, played it on the far post.
You saw it early because those could be dangerous that close to the goal line. All it requires is a little bit of a nudge against the goalkeeper. And that ball is either loose and or in.
Musa, Bond, Cochran. In forward with Bond. Now Musa center circle. St. Louis would like to control some of the pace now. Through the middle, one at Ambersley, and then they'll send it back. Fink and Musa. Back with Cochran.
St. Louis FC doing a good job of having Cochran and Fink both involved in the play. Your center backs have to be able to play, and these two certainly can.
Musa now. Wanted to get somebody running on. Came up a little bit short. Harware couldn't control. Musa steps into the play. Taken away. A double team. 50-50. It's cleared away, and I believe St. Louis is going to get it. Yes. On the throw-in. Hey, Walter No Florist, your personal florist since 1983. Family owned and operated and proud sponsor of St. Louis FC Soccer and the Big 550 KTRS. Order online today at WKF.com. Barklage rolls it through. Guerrero, first touch. Tried to get it at the feet of Chad Bond, but it just bounced away. Took a little skip on him. And Tulsa will bring it back.
With a good ball into the feet of Herrera. He tried to play it first time, looking for Chad Bond, so he could strike it first time.
Gonna give and go for Tulsa. Oh, what a play. Nicely done.
Again,
Bond going all the way back.
nice sliding tackle from Parker
Mar, excuse me.
who played the first part of this current season, Bob, the early part of the training season, up with the big club, with the Chicago Fire. Really enjoyed his time there, and it showed when he came back to play with St. Louis FC. He had a different edge to him as a soccer player this year.
Left sideline throw in. Into the middle. Bond couldn't get it with the header. Knocked away by Cochran. Hit it right back in. Dangerous, loose in front. Diving play by Pace. Oh, they robbed him. That was a beautiful header back into the box.
Dangerous ball, redirected head ball, and of course Taylor Morgan's going to run on to that. But Mark Pace diving laterally, not right at the feet. Used his whole body as the shield. Good goalkeeping by Pace.
That was the best opportunity of the night for either
sure.
team.
Yeah. Just keep it alive in the penalty area, making something out of chaos.
Duty wants to switch. Top of the box. Musa goes back. There with Fink. Sam drives one to the far side. Looks for Herrera. Herrera slows it down. Back for Musa. Mar sends it back. Musa now. They'll try the left flank. Cochran.
Everybody up. Musa waited for Cochran to join.
Now Musa. Swings it left. Patrick Duty is there. Duty. They're going to put some pressure on now. Cochran had to give it up under duress. Cleared away. Good play by Tulsa. St. Louis steps right back into it.
You saw Taylor Morgan there, Bob, tracking back to do what he's supposed to do as well. Help out defensively.
Then Davern on a long run through the midfield. Tulsa looking dangerous again. Davern's going to slow it down. They love Ballou and Morgan up top. Always looking to try and get them in a dangerous spot to get them the ball.
Yeah, one of their players, one of their constants in the first 11, wears number 9, Sammy Ochoa, not playing tonight. He was sent off in their last game against the Monarchs, serving that one-game suspension.
Battle in the midfield, but one. Tulsa continues to control it, and here they go. Taylor Morgan runs on. He shoots. Oh, what a play by Pace! How did he not score on that? I'll tell you how. Mark Pace. What a play, Bill.
Absolutely magnificent goalkeeping. Again, Pace off his line immediately, diving laterally at the feet of a 6'5" forward who's coming right at you at top speed.
The ball's at Morgan's feet, Bill. He was 12 yards out. The ball might as well have been in the back of the net already.
First of all, a beautiful ball over the top of Fink and Cochran. That's the way you get a ball over these two center backs to the extreme. Over the top, drop it at the feet of Morgan. He ran onto it. That's a certain goal, if not for superlative goalkeeping.
Although, as I saw it, I think Herrera for St. Louis should tell the official on the other side, see, that's how you don't call offside.
Err on the side of the attacking player.
Absolutely.
If your hand or arm is in front of that last defender, what difference does it make? You cannot score a goal with your hand or arm.
Musa looks for Hardware. He's roughed up and taken down. Late whistle, but a correct one. Now a dangerous dead ball opportunity. Very dangerous outside on the left corner of the box.
This will be flatted as opposed by Patrick Duty, who does the honors with his left foot from the right flank. Chad Bond will send this into the penalty area, I'm thinking. Strikes a very good dead ball. Does number 8, Chad Bond. He played 22 games for this Tulsa team last year, had 8 assists for them, as a matter of fact, Bob, on plays very similar to this right here.
St. Louis sets up on the far side, high in the box, to only a two-man wall out.
Cochran trying to stay away from the last line of defense. Taylor Morgan back to defend against him.
Duty knocked away on a diving head ball. Barkley drives one, but high, wide, and hands.
Well, have a goal from just outside the penalty area. Everybody's tucked in. Perhaps the goalkeeper's unsighted. Puts everything away now in these last 2-3 minutes of the first half.
Back through the middle. Looking to attack again. Duty runs under it almost. Well, what an effort by Brady Ballou, Bill.
He would not let that play die. Patrick Duty just gets the last touch to it, to his goalkeeper. Again, Mark Pace, safety personified in this first half.
He was terrific, but Ballou was almost as good that play. Good effort. We're seeing some good playing here tonight.
Anytime the ball's going to bounce inside the penalty area, get on it.
Barkley for St. Louis. Just outside the box, swings it for Duty. Left sideline, approaches, curls it back. Barkley wants to go to the far post, send it too far. Nobody could run under it, which goes out of play. Gorgeous night here in St. Louis. Standing room only at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. What a great night to open the season here in town.
We were told, Bob, there could be a crowd of about, to be real exact, 54, 74, something like that. The largest crowd last year was 56, 62. That was in the last home game of the year in 2015.
The team can gain control as they head it through. Now it's driven. Chad Bond. A couple of extra minutes here due to the injury.
To number 13 for the visitors, Raymond Lee. He went off a moment ago. Number 5, David Abido replaced him.
And that'll end the first half of play. No score, but a nice pace to this game. Would you agree?
Very much so, especially from the very outset, from the opening center off. You're playing at home. It's your home opener. Not only is it your job to win, you have to entertain as well.
And that's exactly what we tell Jim Muir, who is going to come back. He has to win halftime.
But you better entertain.
He will entertain. Jim will have everything you want to know about what's going on in the USL, and of course, all the stats from the first half in this action. And Jim will be back in just a moment. We'll take a break. No score here in St. Louis between Tulsa and St. Louis FC. We'll be right back with our halftime activities. This is St. Louis FC Soccer on the Big 550 KTRS. Soccer Park in Fenton, Missouri, suburban St. Louis. Bob Ramsey, Bill McDermott, Tulsa, and St. Louis, all tied up. It's 0-0, Bill, but the pace of the game belies the score. Really, really fun action and good pace for both teams.
Well, I think so, Bob, and I totally agree. And most importantly, what we talked about at the conclusion of the first half is that St. Louis FC realizes two things. You know, we're at home. We're beginning our 2016 home season, our second year. We began with coming into this game after playing four difficult games on a row. But now here we are at home after having won our last 3 games last year. So they're comfortable here at home and want to make this place very difficult to play. You saw at the very outset, we talked about Irvin Herrera so often. They want to try to get him involved in the flow of the attack as quickly as possible, and from the opening center off, that seemed to be their design.
Now, speaking of Herrera, do you anticipate that he'll not play in the second half because of that bad leg?
It seems to be that way. Vince Cicerelli would be the guy who would step into that type of role, a dramatically different type of lone forward than Irvin Herrera is. Vince Cicerelli, much more physical, a much bigger man, over 6 feet, did his damage for Notre Dame in and around the penalty area. He has 3 goals so far this year, all of which were because he won't let balls die in the penalty area. Anything in the area, somehow, some way, he gets on it.
We've got to talk about the defense, and I want to mention the backs. But it starts with Mark Pace, and he had at least 2 off-the-charts, unbelievable saves tonight so far.
2 or 3 magnificent saves, world-class saves. The last one-on-one with Taylor Morgan. Your defense starts with your goalkeeper. Now, you don't want him to be that solo against a difficult player like Taylor Morgan, but he did his job diving laterally right at the feet of a 6' 5" forward running right at him. But it all starts with the goalkeeper, Mark Pace. We mentioned a game-time decision, literally playing superbly so far for St. Louis FC tonight.
And we've already seen the influence that Cochran has out of the back.
Not only good balls out of the backfield on the ground at people's feet, either through the center circle or at the striker's feet. They're crisp, and they're on the ground continually, but very strong in the back. He and Sam Fink very seldom, if ever, lose head balls. You saw why Taylor Morgan was sent in. It was over the top of both of them as they were staggered, not so much staggered, but right alongside of each other, and they were flat, and that's why Taylor Morgan was able to get in.
On a couple of those really dangerous opportunities for Tulsa, they were able to get to the box and into the middle. Most of the first half, St. Louis was able to keep them spread wide, far less dangerous. But when they get to the middle, to their target man, you can see why they are very dangerous there.
Any team in this league, Bob, who have their wide players who are capable of stepping in and joining and contributing to the attack, you're going to really have a difficult time getting after them for 90 straight minutes. And as you saw the first half develop, get going, Tulsa was much more comfortable as they kept the ball, getting everybody involved as they attacked with 10 people.
Now we anticipate Cicerelli being in the 11 for St. Louis. How will that change what we see offensively from St. Louis?
Well, they'll still try to find him, I think, by himself, because he's such a physical presence. He can make almost anything happen in a penalty area. Dale Schilly said, be cautious of the visiting Tulsa club. They can create chaos out of absolutely nothing, out of a messed up play, and sometimes Cicerelli is capable of doing just that, getting on balls that are simply seemingly lost causes. He's very gifted at that.
So, give me one more key for the night for St. Louis to protect their home pitch and come away with the points.
Continue good goalkeeping by Mark Pace against a difficult player like Taylor Morgan, and perhaps later in the half, maybe early in the second half, we'll get our first glimpse of Shilo Chuma, the blistering pace of him on the flank, who can combine very nicely with a player like Vince Cicerelli.
Well, it'll be interesting to see here in this half, Tulsa trying to gain brutally tough road points, St. Louis trying to change the personality of their team from last year where they had a tough time protecting the home pitch, trying to really change who they are as a club. We'll see if they can do it in the second half.
Yeah, that's all a part of this culture change that Dale Schilly had been talking about it. He realized it. He realized it fairly early last season that, well, this is a difficult league. It's go, go, go. Maybe I didn't pick the right kind of players. Now I'm going to play a 4-2-3-1 consistently. There's more clarity in the players' roles, and we're going to continue to do that.
All right, we're ready to go, and as we get ready for the second half, St. Louis moving left to right, and glad you're with us once again this evening. The home opener for St. Louis FC at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. Vince Cicerelli is into the match, as we had some anticipation of that. He wears 20, and St. Louis ready to go. Great crowd on hand. Loving this one. They'd love it even more. They're ready to burst at the seams, ready to go nuts if St. Louis can get on the board.
They're ready for another number 20 to go crazy. Brian McBride, who, no, not a native St. Louisan, but played at St. Louis U, he wore 20. Taylor Twellman wore 20. If Vince can contribute like they did in their careers, St. Louis FC is going to be in business. And he already has with 3 goals so far this year.
Ambersley. Rolled in by Hardware. Mike kept his feet and the ball. Hardware curls one, far side. Oh, he had a great idea. Barklage couldn't quite get there.
Brandon Barklage coming in off that left flank. Good work by Hardware to deliver the ball immediately. The early ball was the key.
Oh, we have a man down. We have Daverins down at midfield. It's like he took his shoe off right away. I don't believe I've seen a guy take his shoe and his sock off right away.
Right at the outset here of the second half.
Oh, he's in pain.
Seems to be. So St. Louis FC will conclude this April part of the 2016 schedule. They're on the road next week against the Sacramento Republic, and they'll be conservatively estimating between 12,000, 13,000 out there. Another interesting game this weekend in USL is the River Cities Cup between Louisville and FC Cincinnati. FC Cincinnati had 14,658 at their home opener.
Wow.
Now, I don't know if they came out to see the team, our former U.S. national star, John Harkes, who's the coach of FC Cincinnati. But nonetheless, the River Cities Cup, that's always going to be a strong regional rivalry. By number 7, I think it's Henry down on the field right now, Bob.
Henry.
He's actively involved in the center part of the field for the Tulsa Roughnecks. And he has to do much more in a game like this, especially in the absence of number 9, Sammy Ochoa.
Hey, Walter No Florist, your personal florist since 1983, family owned and operated. Order from Walter No online today at WKF.com. Also, St. Louis-based Worldwide Technology, recognized by Fortune magazine as one of the 100 best places to work 5 years in a row. Worldwide Technology.
The Vancouver Whitecaps come into St. Louis Worldwide Technology Soccer Park in 2 weeks. Play St. Louis FC. Again, some more MLS representation.
Yeah, Henry's up, got his shoe and his sock back on, and he's able to jog off the field. So now he takes his shoes and his socks back off again.
Seems to be okay now. At the very outset, it looked dicey with reference to his return.
So back underway, no score in this one. Sam Fink for St. Louis. Sam, nice ball, direct, Ambersley, and it tipped off of a Tulsa player out of play.
When the center back comes forward, gets through the center circle, gets across midfield, gets across the center stripe, he's doing his job. He's joining. Show, make yourself available, make it easy for him to play out of the backfield.
Colleen took a ball away from Cochran on a long diagonal pass, but they roll it through harmlessly. Mark Pace sends it out, and Sam Fink will bring it forward. Fink with Cochran, coaching the center circle. Cochran, Hardware back to Cochran. He'll swing it to Fink. Sam near the center line. Long pass on the ground. At the feet of Ambersley. Now Marr sends one through, deflected on. Here comes Ambersley. Sends one back through. Oh, a little back heel attempt by Hardware. Blocked by the defense and cleared away.
Nice job by Cicerelli. He lets it run. Ambersley runs onto it. And as deep as he was, he tried to cut it back that deep. Good attacking. Good early balls coming from the central part of the field, isolating players on the flank. Stay wide, open it up, then join, drop in.
Now Musa with Cochran at the center line. Crosses the line. Gives it up there, Bond. Chips one in deep, looking for Cicerelli, a little too far, goes out of play, and the St. Louligans think it should be their ball. The official said no. That's the southeast corner of the stadium, and that is where it's most raucous.
You don't want to be a lone defender over at that corner flag.
I don't want to be alone, period, in that corner. Defender or not. No, great fans. They came in parading in as they do each and every game. And I mean, they are jammed in over there.
The
Great tradition beginning.
The lifeblood of this league and any league in the world.
Passionate. They never stop making noise. Waving the flags, beating the drums, maybe having a cocktail, don't know. Just a guess.
Well, I think they may have worked on their personality a little bit.
Parker Marr for St. Louis. Back through the middle, Bond is there. Chad Bond. all
That's
way
the
across.
ball from the center circle. Not lofted, driven to the flank.
Driven. And there it was. We go back through the middle. Cicerelli trying to dump it back. A little too soft, broken up. He runs to run it down, and that will go to Tulsa.
You saw Vince there. He showed. He tried to deaden it for Brandon Barklage so he could run onto it. Or play the up, back through. If it's on the ground to Barklage, he will find you on the ground in the penalty area.
St. Louis controlling the opening minutes. They carried the pace of the game early in the first half as well. In the midfield, ball one by Bond. Nicely done. Ambersley has Parker Marr. Marr around one defender, beats another, has a double team. They grab him. He sends it through anyway. He goes down hard and they play on.
Tremendous running from your wide back, Parker Marr. Get involved in the front half of the field. That's what Dale Schilly wants his wide backs to do. That's exactly what Parker Marr did. Good running.
Cochran sends it right back in.
Another aerial challenge won by Cochran.
Barklage on the throw in to Cochran. And in the middle for Bond. Back to the left side. Here they come. A shot blocked by the defense. Another attempt for Ambersley now. He went down hard, recovers, gets the ball back, couldn't control. It squirts out of the scrum.
That's very unusual where you see a ball get stuck under the feet of Mike Ambersley. His first touch is normally pristine.
Kaleem sends it back to Mangles. And now Grimes brings it out. They haven't called his name much. Grimes and Abador.
Abador, who came on for Raymond Lee. But Grimes, Watley, Generazzo, and Lee, usually the starting back four for Tulsa Roughnecks.
Ballou, a nice run. He had Morgan set up, but was broken up by the defense nicely. They had that play set up very, very well, but St. Louis read it and made the right call, and Bond brings it back. He's been involved from the beginning. A new core up the middle for St. Louis. Hardware held right in front of the official. Grabbed his jersey.
Excellent one-on-one work from Jameel Hardware. A beautifully weighted ball from Brandon Barklage. Cushioned by Hardware. Beat the last defender. Forced him to foul. Silly foul in the open field by Abidor. Now you give away a dead ball in a very dangerous situation.
Just to the right of the box. Almost right between the sideline and the side of the penalty area. They'll bring a two-man wall out.
Assistant referee, as opposed to many years in the past, coming onto the field to orchestrate that play.
St. Louis spread out. Duty curls one on, headed away by the defense. Well played.
Yeah, looking for Musa, just a redirection at the near post. Set piece designed, obviously. Sometimes to the far post, curling in over the top of the goalkeeper's outreached arms, or just at the near post here, a diagonal run, you flick it on, redirect it.
Duty out of the right corner now. Corner kick, flighted, far side, header attempt, high in the air, just missed it. And coming out to make the play, nicely done, Mangles.
Sam Fink, who rose nicely to meet that.
Just a shade under that one. Cochran wins another head ball in the midfield. Can't control. Bond goes back and does control it.
Exactly what you want a holder to do. Dig the ball out, keep it.
Hardware and Ambersley had a nifty little two-man game going, and it was the only way they could salvage that was to knock it out of play, and St. Louis would get another good throw.
Ambersley, who continues to work well at 33 years of age, into this first 11 for St. Louis FC tonight against visiting Tulsa. Doing a lot of nice things out on the flank, contributing, joining, coming back, helping defensively.
Musa, the throw in, deep into the area. Header attempt back toward the goal by a Tulsa player, but easily played by Mangles. So St. Louis controlling the action here early in the second half. And Tulsa on the attack now. Morgan dumps it back. Tavern back to Morgan. Morgan tried to curl one through. That was well read.
And Taylor Morgan, you do not want him where he is now, chasing back into center circle.
Cicerelli had one man to beat, and it just got tangled up with the defender because he was going dead on toward the goal. Broken up, they send one deep. They'll look for Ballou again back there. St. Louis, Fink is back. Tulsa recovers, and they're going to send it all the way back to their keeper.
Good play by Abidor there. Nothing else was on. Knock it back to your goalkeeper. Be patient. Recreate it. Start it again.
Grimes looks to bring it out. Abidor was under pressure. Nice play to keep it in. Nicely done by Kalim. Up the side, Musa will let it go out, and St. Louis takes over. Fink with Cochran. There's one of those driven balls through the middle, but Cicerelli couldn't get there. Broken up by Martinez. They'll try the right side. Driving it in. Boy, there's another battle between Morgan and Cochran. Tulsa controls there. Morgan sends it to the right side. Morgan out top. Into the corner against a double team. He wins the corner.
And this is where Tulsa can be dangerous. Dale Schilly mentioned it to me during the week. From nothing, they get something. Dribbling towards the goal line, away from goal, knocking it off of two defenders, they win a corner kick.
Here's Martinez. Is he going to take that? No. They'll set it up. And the big man, Taylor Morgan, near post. They send it out into the area. In the air, settled. Oh, I thought he was going to take a shot. Now they set up the curl shot just wide.
Abidor, the left back, the replacement for Raymond Lee.
I thought when it first settled, he was going to
Hit it
let
first
a
time.
quick shot go.
Yep. Couldn't get it under control. Did a moment later, try to curl into the opposite side netting. Looked like Mark Pace had it covered. Mark Pace, as we mentioned, he played his intercollegiate soccer at St. Louis University, but he finished at Tulsa. He was our defensive MVP, as a matter of fact, in 2012.
Duty's pushed out of bounds. St. Louis will get the ball back. Well, Bill, without actually keeping a clock of it, it feels like most of the game, and clearly in this half, that St. Louis has controlled the ball, controlled the pace, but the most real dangerous opportunities have come from Tulsa.
It seems to be that way, Bob, because on the break they do it so quickly, and it's obviously where they're going. It's to Taylor Morgan, probably through the central part of the field, directly up the gut of the field. But what St. Louis FC has to do is what they did so often last year, weren't able to get away with, I should say, with all this control and possession. They weren't able to get the points at home. They're laboring to do that right now.
Bond in the middle for St. Louis. Surveys. Sends it to Parker Marr on the right side. Marr drives to the middle. Sends one through. Little give and go. Jameel Hardware a little slow to react. And they break it up.
Boy, that's a good ball on the ground from
Yes.
Parker Marr. Comes in, joins on the angle. Ball on the ground to Ambersley. He could just redirect that.
Duty curls one out. Once Hardware too high. Cleared up top. Musa settles. Tried the side volley. Knocked away. Opportunities. Marr to the right side. Barkley settles. Turns it back. Left foot. Sends it through the middle. Oh, he had a man, but it couldn't get it there. Now Barkley again. Turns in a double team. Knocked away. Recovered by St. Louis. Marr sends it to the right side. Barkley in the right corner. Settles. One man to beat. Waits. Taps it forward. Looking to send it back out for Musa. He waited on it. Waited too long, and Tulsa takes it away. Here they come. Taylor Morgan. Back through the middle. Morgan gives it up and gets it back. Morgan in the middle. Beats Bond. Still has possession. He's going to give it up now and try and get himself in a good, dangerous target position.
He's going to get back into the penalty area, but he did dig that ball out nicely and brought it all the way upfield from midfield.
Good run.
Mm-hmm.
Still no score. Here in St. Louis on a beautiful night. Davern sends it through. Drops it back for Abador. Broken up by Musa. Gave up the body. Nice play. Jameel Hardware. Musa sent it forward. Deflected. Recovered. Cicerelli turns it back toward the goal, but nobody there.
Vince tried to receive and turn in one motion
Yes.
to go at that last defender. Cicerelli, I mentioned, Bob, he played 3 years at Notre Dame. They won the NCAA championship in 2013. Played for St. Louis University his senior year, last year, 2015.
Stolen away. Nicely done. Parker Marr. Now with Barklage. Wheels through the middle of the field. Still in control. Swings it left. Back up top for Bond. Bond and Ambersley. Ambersley sends it right. Marr is there.
Yeah. Again, good work by Ambersley, who goes to get the ball.
Bond and Musa. Musa on the approach now to Marr. Right flank, Marr. Target in there for Ambersley. He is whacked hard and tripped up. And a foul.
Without question, a foul. Ambersley, again, this time keeps it on the turn. He's fouled by Davern. Just outside the penalty area.
You want danger? You got it now.
Positive. This is a shot 7 days a week and 3 times on Saturday night. This ball has to be shot.
About 10 yards out from the top of the box.
James Musa, who's deadly on these free kick scenarios, scored the first goal of this 2016 campaign in the 3-1 victory over the Orange County Blues back on April 2nd. He got the first. Then Cicerelli got the last 2.
They're going to set up a 5-man wall in front of James Musa.
This may mean 5 people in the wall, sometimes 6. This may mean the goalkeeper sees it late.
Musa waits. There's the whistle. James shoots it right into the wall, knocked away. Jameel Hardware recovers, though. Had Ambersley, but couldn't quite control it. And Tulsa will bring it back. Not sure where James was going with that one. Went right into the wall. Perhaps he thought he saw a little space. And another whistle. But this one's going against St. Louis. Going down hard was Davern. And a yellow card.
James Musa with a tackle against Davern. Well, James, as we mentioned, James Musa, he's one of the holders in this 4-2-3-1 formation, not at center back. He's much more actively involved in play.
Now coming into the game, Shilo Shuma, Zimbabwe, from and through University of Maryland. Tell me about him.
Grew up in Alexandria, Virginia, Bob. Played 2 years at Maryland for Tulsa Roughnecks. Played for Arizona United in 2014, for the Portland Timbers in 2015. He was a Portland MLS pick in 2014, and he is one of the fastest soccer players that I've seen, certainly in this league, and as a matter of fact, almost anywhere.
Hardware tries to bring it back. We got another whistle, and St. Louis will get the dead ball.
He is just speed on top of speed, and as a matter of fact, he is where he is supposed to be, on the flank. In the first 2 games of the year, in the absence of the injured Irvin Herrera, he had to play up top. That is not his position.
So you like him on the flank with Cicerelli up top.
Positive. He is a flank player.
Now Musa. Musa looking for Cicerelli, and he had Hardware up there as well. Left-footed shot. Oh, what a quick release.
Jameel Hardware.
Yeah, it was dangerous.
With his back to the goalkeeper on the quick turn and release.
Mangles made a nice play on it. Go back through the middle, battling with Ambersley. Ambersley goes down. They're going to try the left side. Chested down for Abador, and it'll be a foul on Shuma. Screaming over at his bench for some reason is Abador. And coming into the game will be Carpio, Jason Ramos Carpio. Waiting to get into the match. Carlos Martinez.
Carpio comes on, as Bob Ramsey just mentioned, into the Tulsa lineup.
There we go.
Just 20 years of age. Coach David Irving saw him at the Florida Combine.
Comes in for Ballou, who played very well in my view.
He was very active. Anywhere in and around that penalty area, Bob, he was on things.
They look to send it in. Get it down. Look to turn. Toe poke, but pace is there. Really nice effort in traffic, wasn't it?
Very much so. Got his body between the defender and the ball. Turned, got the shot off.
Now they tried to send one for Jameel Hardware to run under, and he almost did, but Mangles got there.
He almost salvaged that, did number 7, Jameel Hardware, simply because of his speed. He made that play possible.
And I know Dale Shelley is thinking, you know, when I have Shuma and Hardware out there, and I've got my targets up top, they can be very, very dangerous offensively.
That's why he says the top 4, the 3 midfielders and that lone forward, there's a lot of fluidity there, interchanging of positions for those forwards.
Duty had Ambersley, took a second effort, and he made it. Now Ambersley drives to the corner, booted away. Now, and a two-hand shove. That is played from out of bounds, I believe. Yep. Morgan looks for Shuma. Right side end line. Brings it back out. Marr has some space. Closes rapidly. Couldn't get it into the area. But Shuma's there with Bond. He'll send it back, and Patrick Duty runs it down.
Good work by Bond to make himself available anywhere in that central part of the field. Kept it alive, then changed the flow of play.
Bond chips one on. Tried to make that one dangerous, but it was well covered. He's also been having trouble possessing the ball much here in the second half. A good run. And St. Louis will get it back, though. It was well defended. Held up the Tulsa player nicely, and St. Louis brings it out. Sam Fink. Shuma with the ball at his feet. Shuma looks, surveys, swings it right. Slide tackle knocks it away from Marr, and St. Louis will get it back.
Good idea from Parker Marr, nonetheless, to get out of the backfield and again join the attack.
In for Musa.
Parker Marr and Patrick Duty, Bob.
Oh, little nutmeg. Shuma recovers. Marr will try again. Parker rolls it back. Bond rolls it for Shuma. Steps to a running Musa. Man goes down. Musa through the middle. Oh, he was a yard away from putting it right on the shoes of Hardware. Oh,
The ball rolls across the penalty area inside the 6, away from the outstretched arms of the goalkeeper.
and it was too quick for Hardware to jump into the play. He had the spot established, and he just couldn't get to that quick pass.
And Cicerelli had more or less run to the near post. He got in so deep, he couldn't get back to run on to it. But good work by Musa not to let that play die.
Sent into the area, trying to get it to Morgan. Couldn't. Broken up. Fink, nice job.
Excellent defending again by Sam Fink, just outside the penalty area and not fouling.
Fink and Musa
Musa again around the ball.
for Duty on the left side.
I was about to say a moment ago, Bob, you have two wide backs in Parker Marr and Patrick Duty, who are corner flag to corner flag.
Long ball direct. It's going to be very dangerous. The last man possible broke it up as they were trying to get it to Cicerelli. Now they're looking to have a man run under Kaleem.
Kaleem kept that nicely.
Abador. Oh, taken away. Tough, hard play, but made nicely by Shuma.
Good open field tackle by Shilo Chuma.
Oh, nice play to save it. Moving forward. Henry taken away. Once again, Sam Fink.
Sam Fink not allowing Taylor Morgan to get on that ball. Excellent defending.
Back for Cochran. AJ moves forward to the center circle. Gives it to Musa. James will cross the center line. Long flighted ball for Chuma. Chuma bumps it ahead, but just a pace too far ahead. Oh, and driving out on the ball. Barely in time to take it away from Cicerelli. Nice play by Magna.
Those are the kind of plays that make Vince Cicerelli so dramatically unpredictable. Appears from nowhere, that ball's almost into the hands of the goalkeeper.
Here they come again. Cicerelli holds it up, curls it out top. What a pass! They look to settle. Oh, a blistering shot over the crossbar, but set up. Unbelievable setup from Cicerelli.
Cicerelli, great work, receives, turns, pulls the top, plays it on the ground, on the angle for Ambersley, who made himself available at the tip of the penalty area arc. Good attacking from St. Louis FC. But Cicerelli, just because of the big presence he is, Bob, in and around that penalty area, draws defenders, and he's comfortable with the ball on the ground at his feet.
Ambersley would love to have that back, but the defense was closing so fast, he had to let it go.
Had to shoot it right then and there. He prepared it nicely,
Yeah,
set it up as best he could in a very tight situation, just inside the penalty area. But Ambersley continues to work, either in and around the penalty area, on the flanks. He stays wide, he drops in, he joins.
there's that driven ball you talked about. Bond sent one through, but Chuma couldn't quite catch up.
That's the idea, the ball driven behind the defense on the angle so that the defender, he doesn't know which shoulder it's going over, or behind him, and a player like Shilo Chuma can run onto it.
Back through the midfield, nice play by Cochran.
Cochran wins yet another head ball war.
They curl back, Tavern gives it up with Henry.
Henry very active in the central part of the field for Tulsa.
Watley. Send it back for Watley. Boy, Cicerelli's all over him, forcing him to make a play. And he did.
When he's the last defender back, make him play.
Now they look for a man to run on. Here he comes. Abador. He looks for a man. Nice job to get it to Kaleem and broken up beautifully. Sam Fink once again.
Sam was initially thinking of letting that run for Mark Pace.
Henry. Abador. Khalib. Back to Abador, and they'll reset. Grimes drives one, but too far and out of place. St. Louis will get it back.
So Cicerelli up top, two defenders occupying his space, trying to cut balls out so they don't get to him initially.
Tried to throw in for Cicerelli. Musa had a man climb his back. Now they got it to Vince, but it was knocked away. Well defended. And bringing it back is Davorin. Oh, look at that play. Stepping in front.
Parker Marr again
Nice job.
defending.
Now Ambersley swings it left. Patrick Duty steps up. Here comes Duty for Hardware. Jamil. Oh, tried to swing it left. Had to bounce back to his feet. Jamil Hardware. Curls one. Wants Cicerelli. Nope. He was looking for Ambersley. That was knocked away.
Good
Musa
run.
looks to run it down. Oh, play by Musa.
Well, he kept that nicely.
Hardware. Musa. Bond. Bond in the middle.
Bond always available in that holding spot, in that little channel in the middle of the field between the penalty area arc and the center circle.
Switch left to right for Marr, and now ahead to Fink. Fink looks, finds Ambersley, turns just outside the arc, got some space, set it up himself. Another shot over the crossbar.
But again, Ambersley trying to make things happen. Coming in off the flank, receives, turns, shoots. And Taylor Morgan, who's run himself into the ground here, back defending, getting forward, in and around the penalty area.
Christian Mata checks in.
And it's a difficult assignment when you run up against two central defenders like A.J. Cochran and Sam Fink.
Driven to midfield. Bond won that ball. Chuma couldn't get it to Cicerelli, and so they'll boot it back to their keeper, Mangles. Mangles. Cochran wins another head ball. Couldn't control it to a teammate. Kaleem is there, and now St. Louis takes over. Marr drops it back. Fink. And Cochran. AJ to midfield.
He can dribble that entire way. He does just that.
Plenty of space. Tried to get a long, deep ball for Hardware. Cicerelli gets it off a deflection. Swings it right. Chuma. Now up top for Bond. Bond and Marr. Marr, left-footed, blistering shot, all just wide. Bill, I think if that's on goal, that might have beat him.
What a drive from Parker Marr.
Wow.
How many times have we talked about the wide backs have to contribute into the upper half of the field? Stay wide, get involved, show, make yourself available. Comes into the central part of the field and has it go from well outside the penalty area.
Back in, and they look to turn things around, but Fink says no. Slows it down by heading it out of play.
Good work from Parker Marr. Brazil's won 5 World Cups. Germany's won 4 because they have wide backs who attack.
Now ball rolls through harmlessly. Mark Pace will roll it back out. A.J. Cochran has it. A.J. moving forward into the center circle. Now to Bond. Bond right side. Chuma. You get a good look at the speed. Back and forth, Hardware and Chuma. Now to Hardware. They switch places. Jamil spins on his man, creates some space, draws a second defender. Now curls on the sideline. He's tried to send one through. He was looking for Marr, was it? Ambersley gets it back to Hardware. Great play.
Ambersley keeps this ball, yet another ball, I should say, alive.
Once Cicerelli in the air, he couldn't get enough on it, and the keeper comes out. Mangles makes the play.
A heeled through ball between 3 defenders. Ambersley playing like a 19-year-old. As a matter of fact, told Dale Schilly, he said, Dale, I'm shocked. I'm surprised. I feel really good.
Enjoy it. It doesn't get better.
Oh, thank you. You're so optimistic.
That's booted away. Good pressure by Cicerelli.
Force the goalkeeper to play. Parker Marr, who's had an absolutely fabulous game, getting forward from the right back position, inserted into the first 11. In that position tonight by Dale Shilley. Sometimes he's wide at midfield, right back, very versatile.
Bushu's going to check into the game. Champaign, Illinois, played college soccer at Indiana.
Won an NCAA championship there. Graduate assistant for St. Louis University last year. As a matter of fact, worked with Mike McGinty, Brian Grazier, Michael Robeson, one of the players they coached, Ben Cicerelli.
And Drew Connor going in, so 2 Big Ten players.
University of Wisconsin player. He's a Chicago Fire homegrown player. Number 18, Drew Connor. Yet another player on loan for the Fire. Had a great week of training. Very active offensively, Bob, is Connor.
Cochran steps into the play. Wanted Ambersley, couldn't control it. St. Louis controlling the pace of the game in particular throughout the second half, but can't find the scoring touch just yet. Nice play by Mata for Tulsa. They want to run through the middle.
Good early ball
nicely
from the back by Cochran. It's on the ground. It's at people's feet. You can receive, turn, and play, which is what Ambersley does.
Ambersley in duty. The center stripe. Bond under duress. Handled it beautifully. Switched fields left to right. Now here comes Fink. Fink sends it forward. Bushu to the right side. Chuma gives it up. They look to send it to the middle. Gave up the body. Found Cicerelli. Then a little volley to get it over the top of the defense. They're going to let it go out of play. That was some good work and some brave work.
Everybody joining. Bushu starts at it right back. Steps right into the flow of things. Ambersley finding a lot of space right outside the penalty area. Tried to play it through for Shido Chuma, who's been active since he entered.
Mangles. Distribution through the middle. And somebody grabbed Cochran. It's the only way you can keep from winning a head ball, it appears. Now we're ready to go. Omada's coming off for a moment. Now Musa in the middle for St. Louis. Musa looking, surveys and waits, sends it back to Fink. Sam, direct on the ground. Has his man, Connor. Chuma. Chuma, one man to beat, and he beats him. Curls, nifty play. After he's beaten once, Kaleem came back and took the ball away. That's a nice play by Kaleem.
Very nicely done, because Chuma got by him initially with that nifty first touch. He recovered nicely, did Kaleem.
Now Musa has an angle. Musa just couldn't get the release of the shot. That's going to turn it over to Tulsa. Did you see the angle I saw from up here, Bill? But he just didn't have the ball on his foot to release it.
Got stuck just a little bit underneath his foot. He might have had to go from that right flank, coming in off the right flank.
Chuma tried to intercept but couldn't control.
But you could see, Bob, as the holder, Bond's a little more settled in the central part of the field to stay home, whereas Musa goes from sideline to sideline, does his job holding, but he's much more actively involved in the flow of the attack.
They bring it through. Chuma headed it forward. Quick whistle.
Battle there between Mason Grimes and Vince Cicerelli. 84th minute.
Well, Tulsa would love to come out of this thing with a tie. Counting the stoppage time, we probably have, about 10 minutes left?
Into the 84th, Bob. Yep. Been quite a few changes. Tulsa comes in. They've only played 3 games. They're 1-2. St. Louis is 1-2-1. in the 4 matches they've played.
Battled for along the sideline. Oh, nifty play to get it ahead.
You know, we referenced the LA Galaxy earlier, Bob. They lead everyone in either division with 9 points.
Oh, curled through the middle, got a man down, centered but too high. Good initial play, but the cross was not playable, and then booted away.
Another interesting matchup in the Eastern Conference, the New York Red Bulls. They play against the Richmond Kickers on Sunday.
Throw in, tip through, pushing the back. Bond's able to hang on. Chuma tried to send one through the middle, tipped away. St. Louis fortunate. Cochran goes back to receive. Cochran will bring it back through the middle. St. Louis get a run on. Tulsa stayed in great shape in their back.
They get back straight away, Bob. They know the danger developing.
Now Cicerelli with a header. Where did that come from?
Cicerelli, nice little flicked on header, just try to redirect it. Nicely flatted into him.
He's amazing. You're right. He's like a ghost. You think, oh, nothing's happening, all of a sudden he's dangerous.
But because it's in the penalty area, he's going to make himself available and somehow, some way get on the ball in the penalty area.
Tulsa brings it back. Oh, nice move through the middle. Left-footed shot blocked by the defense. That was scary. Now it's Abidor. Khalid. Back in for Davrin. Look to set up Mata. They go over onto the right side. Duty defends. Tried to send a cross in, knocked away, and it'll be a corner opportunity for Tulsa. So you play so well for so long, and now a corner kick opportunity.
Corner kick in the 87th minute. You have to be wary of things exactly like this. Corner kicks, dead balls outside the penalty area late in a game.
Oh, it's not a corner. It's a dead ball, it appears. Or are they going to the corner? Yeah, they're going to go to the corner.
I think it's a corner, Bob.
Yep.
And yet another change. St. Louis University, another affiliation. Tyler David played his intercollegiate soccer at St. Louis University. Just graduated last year. Enters for Chad Bond.
Bond played very well. There's a whistle that went through. Are they going to do that again?
The AR on that side put his flag up immediately.
It'll be St. Louis ball. It appears the players don't seem to know why. The announcers agree.
88th minute.
Still no score. Pace will bring it out.
I don't know if it was offside, but it was certainly seemed to be passive if indeed it was.
Tyler David. Cochran eats up the ground with those long strides. Ahead to Cicerelli. Tipped it to the wing. Do they keep it in? No.
Patrick Duty almost salvaged that.
David on a foul. A restless sellout crowd, overflow crowd.
Next chance to see this team here at the Worldwide Technology Soccer Park is on Saturday, April 30th. Vancouver Whitecaps 2 come into town.
Chuma with a header. David there. Sends it forward. Some good ball movement. St. Louis in control. Need to get one past Mangles. Fink tried to get the long pass to Chuma, but it was broken up by Kaleem. Here comes Tulsa. Can they counter? Make St. Louis pay. Up the middle. Oh, nice play. Cochran broke it up beautifully. He read that one. What a great read.
Defended. The home team keeps the ball, and they attack via the center circle.
Musa sends it forward. Hushu. Chuma. Oh, nifty ball. Looks to get it back to Chuma. But he was beaten to that one by Davern.
Good open.
Physical play by Fink, and he won the ball. Got it ahead to Chuma.
Good open field tackle there, Bob. You're exactly right. Would not allow the forward to turn.
Now David drops it back to Cochran and has Musa. Musa. He's there with Connor. Connor, shot, a bouncing ball. Oh, what a play by Mangles. How he made that play, I don't know, because it skipped on the turf.
It came through traffic. He saw it late. He's the league leader in saves. Showing a little bit of his prowess here late in the second half.
Nifty play in the middle.
Good work by Connor.
Drew Connor tried to find Cicerelli. Sandwich knocked away. St. Louis throw in left side. Tyler Davis.
Minimum of 3 minutes. 3 minutes at a time, Bob.
Bushu tried to find Chuma, that was broken up. Sent it back through. Chuma kept it alive. Bushu couldn't get it to Cicerelli. Tulsa brings it back. They just want to possess it now and get away with a point.
That's clearly what they want to do this late in the game.
And I don't blame them.
Positively, you're on the road, get a point.
They know that St. Louis is much improved. Musa had that one knocked away. Pace comes out to play it. Probably about 90 seconds left.
Yeah, the artistic endeavors are over. Get it up into the penalty area.
The trip up, late whistle, but a good one. Drew Connor gets the ball back. They may give him a little more time. Here comes Musa. Long ball driven through. Knocked away. Duty sends one into the area. Headed back nicely. Oh, what a nice play by Abador.
Was that calm and composed from the second half addition? David Abador, very nicely done.
That was pretty. They bring it back. St. Louis desperate now. As they're trying to establish Worldwide Technology Soccer Park as a tough place to come get points. They got to get them on the board. If we get into the area, broken up, they're going to give that ball back to Tulsa.
Yeah. Handball inadvertently by Connor. But again, trying to make something happen, not letting the play die. Make your home venue impossible for the visitors to play.
Well, Mangles has been very, very good. St. Louis, I thought Bill played a terrific second half.
Very much so. From the very outset of the second half starting.
Yeah, I thought a good first half, but an even better second half. Would you agree?
Attacking was good from a lot of different positions. The wide backs really got involved. The midfielders kept the ball moving. The fluidity was good.
Sam Fink tries to get that ball back, couldn't do it. Just clear it down. Sent forward. Oh, nifty play. Pulled down, no call. Chuma took it away.
Good work by Connor to keep that ball.
And that'll be it. A tough one in St. Louis, and not a loss, but in a way it almost feels that way because you had energy built coming into this sold-out Worldwide Technology Soccer Park, Bill, and you said you really felt like this is where we get this season going.
Positively, on a real strong note. The soccer was good for the majority of the game. The soccer was good. It was changed in the second half to be even better. It wasn't so long and direct, long balls all the time going over the top to people. Everybody got involved in the flow of the attack, coming from wide positions, midfielders, everybody got involved. So the only thing lacking, the 3 points at home.
The 3 points at home, and I think, as I said, an overflow crowd here, and I'm sure they'll be back because despite the lack of scoring, the intensity and pace of the game was really, really good.
And for the level of soccer in this league, which obviously surprised everybody. We touched upon that, in particular Dale Schilly and Tim Leonard and Brian Jones coming into this year. They knew what they had to prepare for, that all these teams are good. They're going into a difficult conference. The Western, they changed conferences. They had a tremendously difficult start to the season. So they're just trying to protect their home venue, get those vital 3 points. It will come. If the offense continues to play like this, it will indeed happen.
Well, and now St. Louis goes to Sacramento. That'll be next Saturday, the 23rd. They'll play at Sacramento. Sacramento's off to a nice start this season. So you get a point at home, but now they're going to be tough. Going right back on the road.
That is a very difficult place to play. I mentioned earlier in the second half, there's usually between 12, 13, 14,000 people. Preki really led to the resurgence of that team. They've won a recent USL championship. The Sacramento Republic, they currently stand with 7 points, a four-place tie for second. In the Western Conference, the Galaxy leads with 9 points, but Vancouver, the Swope Park Rangers, Sacramento, and Real Monarchs all tied for second place. But St. Louis FC, they did everything, just to repeat myself yet one more time, Bob, they did absolutely everything to get the 3 points at home.
So the 30th, St. Louis back home against Vancouver, and then on the 7th. So back-to-back home games, and hopefully we'll see overflow crowds again. I know the fans a little disappointed no goal scoring, but they had a great time. The amenities at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park are off the charts. Great time had by all, and we'll look to see you back here in a couple of weeks. Well, that'll wrap it up from the booth. The boys will dissect this one as the post-game show continues. Jim Hewer and the gang. So for Bill McDermott, I'm Bob Ramsey. No score, 0-0, Tulsa and St. Louis in the home opener for St. Louis FC. ATRS post-game activities come your way next.